Well, good evening. This is Anita Rawls calling in from North Texas, and I am excited tonight. We are hosting a call on product training for our O2 company. And I'll tell you, the stories that keep coming in that I'm getting across my desk, the stories that I'm seeing posted on the internet are just absolutely phenomenal. It just amazes me that we have such a wonderful product into our hands. But what I'm going to do now is I'm privileged tonight to have my sponsor, Keith Francis, on the line, and then Shelly Ferree is on the line with us. And so I'm going to turn the call over to Keith, and then Keith will introduce Shelly. So I am very privileged to have my sponsor, Keith. I've enjoyed working with him. We live about 50 miles between ourselves. We do know each other face-to-face friends. And I can honestly say that in working with Keith, I have been in networking for many years, and I've had a lot of sponsors through the various years, but I can honestly say that Keith is the best sponsor that I have ever worked with, and it's just my privilege to have that opportunity. So with that, Keith, I'm going to turn the call over to you, sir.
Well, thank you, ma'am, and right back at you. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Keith Francis, and I'm talking to you from my home office in Irving, Texas. I do want to thank Anita for hosting the call for us tonight. Anita actually has a conference line that allows our international members to listen in, and the line that I had didn't accommodate that, so I asked Anita if she'd be so kind as to host the call, and she agreed wholeheartedly. So once again, Anita, thank you for that. And you, ma'am, you are a pleasure to work with, too. With that being said, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we also have a very special guest on the line, and that, of course, is my friend of more than 16 years and my O2 sponsor and business partner and one of the nicest people that you will ever meet. She is also the top income earner in our company, and no one deserves it more than her. And, of course, I'm talking about Miss Shelly Ferree. Now, before I bring Shelly on, I want to give you a quick outline of what we're going to be discussing this evening. As Anita said, we thought it would be a good time with so many new members coming on board that we have another product training call, and no one knows the product better than Shelly, and you'll find out why in just a minute. She's literally been associated with Dr. Krause, the formulator of the product, for I think it's close to 8 or 9 years, but she'll give you the exact time frame in just a sec. But what we're going to discuss, first of all, is we're going to actually talk about the product. And then we asked for folks who had questions about specifically about the product to submit them. We had a couple of those submitted, and we're going to address those tonight and let Shelly answer them for us. Then we're also going to talk. Shelly's also going to tell us about the new sample bottles that everybody's excited about. Shelly actually has had an opportunity to see them now, and she'll cover that with you. And then we're going to go over some suggestions on how you can use these new sample bottles to build your business. We're going to briefly highlight the new retail to recruit system that's by a third-party vendor. And then we're going to talk about some of the coming marketing tools that our team will be providing to help you retail to recruit as well, which will include new team postcards, direct mail directly to health and wellness subscribers. And then Anita's going to close out the call with the an introduction to another training call that we're going to be holding next week. So with all of that said, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor. For those of you who don't already know her, you are in for a pleasant treat. She is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to O2. And for those who do know her, then I don't have to tell you how much we are blessed to have Shelly as a part of our O2 upline and direct team. So with that being said, I'm going to turn the call over to you, Ms. Shelly Ferree.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Keith and Anita. You guys are doing an incredible job. Just want to say hello to everybody tonight. Many of you may or may not be aware, but for every single bottle of this product sold, we are feeding the hungry. And this last weekend, thanks to all of you, we just packed 50,000 meals for hungry people. So that's a side note. super, super excited about that. I want to thank every one of you, because without your, support on this product, that wouldn't have happened this weekend, and that was amazing. If you want to go to Facebook, look at the pictures, just know that everything we are doing is making a difference. And I had the pleasure to spend some time with Dan, the CEO, and also several people. We had folks fly in from Baltimore. We had people drive in from Indiana. We had people up from Louisville. We had over 200 volunteers packing this weekend. And when we got done, we went out for kind of a pizza party with Dan, and many of us were just sitting there in awe. Because Dan's been in the industry over 20 years. I have, we're like, wow, what we have here is something so different, so amazing. What is it that's going on that is causing this fuss? Because you're seeing it online, you're hearing testimonials, all this stuff is going on with this opportunity, and it really, number one, boiled down to the product, because there are a lot of things that we could be doing with our time. There's a lot of different opportunities, a lot of different network marketing, but the number one thing that we all sat there and said, you know what? It is this product. It is this product first and foremost. And when you have something that special, you can go out and you can talk to customers, you can talk to your family, you can talk to your loved ones, your neighbors, your coworkers. This isn't an excuse for an opportunity. This product is changing lives. So I'm just going to touch, real quick on kind of the history of it, how I became familiar with it, how long I've known Dr. Krause, what we have our hands on. And before all I say, all of that, I want you guys to think about the people that you know, your family, your friends, your coworkers, your neighbors, the people that you know that are suffering from some of these issues. Keith and his team has built a tremendous website. You guys have got so many resources that not everybody in the company has. So definitely plug into that. But we're just going to go to the basics. If you go to giveyourbodythebest.com, you write down, take a piece of paper, read through every one of those testimonials. You write down anybody that you know that has ever complained about any of these issues. You are going to come up with 10, 20, 50, maybe 100 people that need to hear about this product. Now, the product is oxygen. And it's so crazy because being in the industry, I've talked about different juices and different supplements and different vitamins and different things. But oxygen is the foundation. And when Dan put this together, he asked me, gosh, we need something phenomenal. What would be a product that you would like to see come to the market? And I just said, in 20 years, the product that has made the most difference in people's lives that I'm aware of would be this oxygen. You've got to talk to Dr. Krause. And so I put them in touch with Dr. Krause. They went through, everything they had to do, the research, whatever. Dan said this is absolutely perfect. It's what we're looking for. But when you stop and think about it, let's break it down to the basics. Every single cell, every single function of your body requires oxygen. Now, you can go and listen to Dr. Krause. He's way more technical than I am, but I just want to tell it in very simple terms. When you think about our cells in our body, they should be round, they should be plump, and they should be smooth. And they move through our system, carrying the different nutrients, removing toxins, helping everything flow and work in our body. As we start to age or as we start to get sick, those cells become jagged, clumped together, and they make little crevices. So if you can imagine like little Cheerios. Cheerios are round and smooth, and if they move together, it would be a perfect situation. But when we have an issue or we're aging, they start to clump. They start to get jagged, and that's when the toxins and the disease can start to get in those crevices, grab hold, and disease can start to grab on and grow in our body. People start to notice that they're tired, that they're starting to feel sick, all these different aches and pains. It's because those cells are not removing the toxins from our system. It has been proven that cancer and other disease cannot grow in an oxygen-rich environment. Absolutely proven. Go and look it up. You know, people go all over the world and they try to, you know, flood their body with oxygen through these different oxygen chambers and whatnot. If you can plump up those cells, oxygenate those cells, make them round and smooth, nothing can attach itself. Nothing can start to grow. It's just going to flow out through the body. It's going to remove itself. It's so basic. And that is what this product is doing. It's oxygenating the cells in your body. And every single function, sleeping, eating, working, everything requires oxygen. And so it is no wonder, Keith, that people, you know, they start taking this product, putting it in under their tongue within days. Sometimes the very first day, within 2 or 3 days, they're starting to say, oh, my gosh, I had more energy. Oh, my gosh, my pain started to go away, because it knows where it needs to go. It's putting oxygen into the cells. It is just amazing. Just like you said, Anita, we get calls every single day, just before the packing event. And I can't give testimonials, you know, on a third-party situation. It needs to come from the person. But I had a call from a lady that literally could not have the energy to get up and go to the bathroom. She said, I sat on that couch. I thought, oh, my gosh, I have to pee. Excuse the language, but I can't make it down the hall. I am exhausted. I hurt. I don't even have the will to walk down the hall to go to the bathroom. When she finally made it to the bathroom, she sat there and said, oh, okay, now I've got to pull up my pants and try to get back to the bed. This is how she lived her life, totally exhausted, totally in pain, totally no lack of energy, no will to live. She started taking the oxygen drops only one time a day because, bless her heart, she bought the 3 buy 2 get 1 free, and she gave 2 of the bottles away because she knew friends and family that needed it. So she gave 2 of her bottles away. So she said, Shelly, I'm only taking it once a day because I don't want to run out and I can't afford to get more till next month. One time a day, within a couple of days, she got up, she went to the grocery store, hauled in her groceries, packed her stuff, put it away. She said, you all just gave me my life back. And I said, what is your address? You mean you're taking this one time a day because you gave yours away? Let me get you some more. These are the kind of things that we're hearing about with this product. The amazing thing about it also, Keith, is it seems to know where your body needs it. You know, people might not really know that they don't feel so well or whatever, but they start taking it, and all of a sudden they're going to notice different things, like aches and pains are gone, or arthritis pain is gone. People are using it in their eyes, ears. It's just unbelievable because it knows where your body needs it. It's like, you know, you had this oxygen that came in and said, ooh, you're lacking in this area, so let me help you there. It's amazing. People have talked about energy. Now, I'm a very energetic person, but this is not an energy that's like a stimulant or something that's going to have you all jittery and freaking out and not able to sleep. This is an energy that also comes with a calming effect. So if you can think calm and energized at the same time, that's exactly what this product is doing. Now, I don't know how detailed you want me to get, Keith, as far as product. All I can tell you guys is listen to the testimonials. Get the product for yourself. Try it. See what is going on. And if you don't think it's doing anything for you, my favorite challenge is, okay, stop taking it. Go without it. Give it a week. And then stop. And you tell me if you didn't notice a difference.
Hold on one second, Shelly. I'm sorry, I had somebody beeping in on the other end. Oh, thank you so much, Shelly. I really appreciate it. You know, one of the things as I was listening to you that came to mind, and it makes all the sense in the world, especially for folks that are either new to network marketing or really never, had the kind of success in our industry, that they joined network marketing for. it's really is to realize that, and this doesn't happen very often, and that's why I'm sharing it with you. When you've got a product like this, we always talk about, of course, we're all here to make extra money. That's a given. But the problem that we often see is that folks, they try to run on a track that hasn't been defined, and that can be a difficult thing in networking. I mean, we've seen it time and time again. But the one thing that I want to recommend to everyone, especially where we are right now with the new sample bottles, I know you're going to touch on that in a minute, Shelly, is, I don't want to say forget about the money because that doesn't make sense, but to focus more on what Shelly said a minute ago, and that's to helping people. If you know that you've got a product, if you really believe in this product, whether it's because of what it's done for you personally or what it's done for somebody that's close to you, a friend, a family member, if you honestly believe that this product can make a difference in people's lives and in some cases literally give them their life back, as Shelly was sharing with us just now about the lady that she sent additional oxygen to, change your focus now to really focus more on wanting to help people. In other words, just sharing the product, because I promise you, and I'll give you real-life stories or cases in just a minute, if you do that and you do that consistently, especially with a product like this, that now we have samples that make it even easier, okay, and far less risky, if you will, for people to try at $12.95 a bottle, including shipping and handling. Just get folks to try the product, because what you're going to find happening, a lot of people call it retailing to recruit, retailing to sponsor, retailing to build. It really doesn't matter. What you're doing is you're sharing a product to help people, and what you're going to find happening in your business, and you don't have to do anything with this, it's going to happen organically, is that a certain percentage of your customers that end up buying the product from you will become distributors in your business, and not just distributors. They're going to become active distributors that will actually build the business. Why? Because their passion is going to be the same as yours was in wanting to help other people with the product. Now, I've seen a few times in my career where we had products that, because of what they did for folks, okay, you were literally able to build your business. And I'm not saying that that's the only way to build, but especially for folks that are new to networking or who've never had success, they were literally able to build their business by focusing on helping people with the product. And I honestly I know that we've got that here, so much so that we're in the process right now of putting together some new tools, and I know the company's also doing the same thing to help folks with that. So with that being said, Shelly, we did have a couple of questions that were submitted. I'm going to run these by you, and if you can answer those, I'd be greatly appreciative. All right, the first one is the product affected by extreme heat? For instance, if it was left in a hot car, would it still be effective?
No, actually, per Dr. Krause, the product is still stabilized all the way to the temperature of freezing or boiling. So anywhere between freezing and boiling, the product is still totally fine. Wow,
didn't know that. Awesome. All right, next question, and this one's going to be a little bit long, so bear with me. Are O2 drops completely safe to put directly into someone's eyes? In other words, is there absolutely no harm in it or any side effects when putting in the eyes? It does not say this on the bottle itself, but I just want to be extra cautious. I know in some of the testimonials people have used it in this manner. So is it safe to put in the eyes?
Okay, that's a great question. And just like all of the different specific health questions, people will say that, and they'll say to me, well, I have diabetes. Can I take this? Or I have high blood pressure. Can I take this? I'm on Coumadin. Can I take this? Whatever. All we can legally say, guys, is, hey, the product is safe. It is oxygen. It is minerals. We cannot prescribe or diagnose or make any kind of claims whatsoever All we can tell you is go to the testimonial site, see that many, many, many people, myself included, I'm putting it in my eyes. I can't sit here and tell you, yes, put it in your eyes, it's going to, cure glaucoma. All I can tell you is what I'm using, what it does for me, what these others are saying. So you cannot ever, ever make claims. It's safe. It's oxygen and it's minerals. You have to make that decision for yourself if you would like to try it. Nobody is going to be able to say that to you. All you can do is look at the testimonials, and try it. Keith, I wish that I could say that. If I was able to, I would be a doctor. I would be, somebody other than who I am. So I cannot say that is something we can claim. Just look at the testimonials, try it. Many, many people, myself included, are using it in the eyes very, very effectively.
Excellent. Okay, ma'am. If you don't mind, can we move on to the samples now?
Yeah, absolutely. I had the chance. Dan brought us several at the meeting. They are adorable. If you guys haven't seen them yet, I posted a picture and I said, look, my O2 had babies. They are the cutest little thing. Also, I don't think I even had a chance to tell you, Keith, he also brought me a sample of the spray that they're considering using on the body, which would have some essential oils mixed into it. Because when you look at oxygen and all the different ways we can use it on the skin, in the eyes, in the ears, up the nose, and everywhere. You can put oxygen everywhere. To think that the skin is like the biggest organ of our body, to be able to miss this on it. Because what I do, just back to the eye thing, every day when I wash my face in the morning, I tip my head back, I put the oxygen in my eyes, then I take the excess as it's falling and I wipe it under my eyes to those fine lines. I then put oxygen on my fingers, rub it all over my skin. It's just amazing. So to think of the things that we're going to be able to have, I did get to sample the spray, which I think is going to be wonderful. Definitely encouraging Dan to come up with that. But the sample bottles are wonderful. They're the cutest little things. Definitely get your hands on that. And that's kind of some of the stuff that we were talking about. Why does this company differ? How is this going to be easy? How can you build? What can you do with samples? Now, as you mentioned, Keith, they can go to your o2drops.com. They can buy a sample for $12.95, shipping included. Come on. How easy is that to share a week's supply sample of this product? And if you look at the testimonials, most of them have been experienced within a couple of days, definitely within the first week. So if somebody is leery, they don't want to go and buy a full bottle, even though there's a money-back guarantee. They're like, I don't know if I can afford that. Get a week's supply, $12.95. Get this in your hands. Try it. That is going to come with a brochure that gives them information about it. I definitely encourage you guys, as soon as somebody purchases a sample, send them the testimonial site. Every couple of days, copy and paste the testimonial. Whether you see it on Facebook or you see it online or you just go to the testimonial site, just highlight, copy and paste one. Send it out every couple of days. Let people know what others are experiencing and touch base with them. Have they used it? Have they tried it? There's a lot of different things we'll probably talk about in the future. Do you give the sample away for free? Sometimes there's no value. I've done things in the past, and I know, Keith, you have too. If you just send it to them and you give it to them, chances are there's no skin in the game. They're not even going to try it. So $12.95 shows us that they're at least going to get in their wallet and give it a try. That's some skin in the game. That's somebody who wants to, check it out. They haven't dove in. They haven't spent a ton of money, but at least they're serious. So you can choose to use the samples through the site, or you can go in and buy some of the sample packages that we now have in our back office. You can get them for as little as $5 a piece. So what you do with those is entirely up to you. The other thing I was talking about with a lady today, creating a kind of a survey, a health survey, going through what we have on our website. Who do you know that has any of these conditions? And making a chart where on one side it says me, and on the other side it says somebody I love. because if you can get somebody to look at that chart, go through and talk about sleep issues or energy or any of those problems, mark down if it's them or if it's somebody that they know and love, they are going to ultimately see that there is a need for this product. So that's another tool that we'll be putting together here is kind of a survey, because I think we need to let people know, hey, this is very, very important to share with people. Everywhere you go, somebody's complaining about something. That's all we hear is bad news. Everybody's whining about something. And we are literally problem solvers. That's what we need to remember.
I love that. That's awesome. Which brings us to the next item, Shelly, because it really ties into what you were saying. And this is for everybody on the call that is really, really committed to building a successful business with O2. And even more so for the folks that are new to networking or don't have time to learn all the Internet stuff, but they really want to build a successful business, and they will make the commitment to themselves to learn a very simple process. And that's what we're going to share with you right now. There's a company in the networking industry, and this has been done, as I said before, multiple times, but this is one of the most recent ones that I'm familiar with. There's a company, not important who they are, but they had been around almost 10 years, okay? Up until about a year and a half, 2 years ago, a group came on board with them and had, quite frankly, the brilliant idea of starting a sampling program with an existing product that this company had. And what they taught their members how to do was they had these 4x6 postcard size flyers, and that's what they really called them. They were on a glossy paper. And some folks may even know the company I'm talking about right now. And it focused on weight loss. But the product worked well initially, and so that's why they were able to lead with it. Now, they sold a week's supply of their weight loss product, if you will, for anywhere from $10 to $15, and I'm not sure that even included the shipping and handling. They may have even been charging more for that. But that company literally exploded to a $500 million a year company within 18 months. Within 18 months. And all they were doing was teaching their members how to get these postcards printed and just put them wherever they went. Now, why am I telling you this? Because we've got the perfect product now with our samples to do the same thing. But we're going to take it a step further. Some of you may have already seen in our team's Facebook group, and if not, we're going to post it in other areas too, that we actually created a new image for the O2 drops. It's actually it was an existing image of a hand holding a bottle of O2 drops, and then we put the information about the O2 drop directly above the hand, and then to the right of the hand, much like what Shelly was talking about with her survey, we started listing all of the different ailments. Okay, and then we didn't say anything about curing. We just listed ailments, and then we said at the bottom, see or read the stories. In other words, we gave a call to action. Well, we're going to take that same identical photo that you saw, make that one side of the postcard, and then on the other side of the postcard, we're going to have a little bit more of the research details, that's comes directly from the corporate information about the athletes, the medical researchers and physicians, that recommend or that have used this one-of-a-kind oxygen that's found in O2 drops. And then we're going to have a place on there for you to put your name, your phone number, and if you want to put your phone number, and your website address. And I'm telling you, if you just take the time, and we'll have it all laid out in the plan where to get the postcards from, the whole 9 yards, but if you just make a commitment weekly to keep some of these cards with you wherever you go, you're going to see your business building. And that's as simple as it'll ever get. In fact, we're even going to include, because the price is so attractive, we're even going to include the price directly on the postcard, letting them know that this is an all-inclusive price for a week's supply, plus it comes with a money-back guarantee. So just using that one method there, if you can use that yourself and get your new team members to duplicate that method, I can assure you 6 months from now, you'll never worry about how you can build a business or a successful business with O2 Worldwide. But even more important, all the lives that you're going to either directly or indirectly touch through your team members, actually helping people with their health. So that's one of the things you can look forward to, and that's going to be really within the next week or so that we'll have that available. Now, there's also, and Shelly can touch on this a little bit more, the company is having a third-party vendor that's actually creating a new retail-to-recruit system. Shelly, you want to talk about that for just a sec?
Yeah, that's actually kind of a neat lead system where you can actually go in and purchase credits, and then you get to go through and pick the prospect that you're talking to. So I recommend that people look at your own issues, because you always want to call out somebody who has the same issue as you. That's where you're going to have your best results. So if sleeping is a problem for you, you're going to want to look through the leads. You're going to want to look through the surveys and find other people that have sleep issues. You're going to do best talking to people that you can relate to. But so hopefully within the next week or two, I'm thinking by the first of the month, we'll have access to that kind of a prospect. And then you'll be able to, click through there, pick the leads you want to talk to, call them, have a conversation. Again, so many people, we talked about that again this weekend. Is it hard to talk to folks? Not if you come across as somebody who actually is looking to help. Get away from the sales mentality. We're not selling anything. We are literally reaching out to try and help people, and this is a world that needs help. So that's going to be an exciting system. I'm looking forward to that, Keith. Also, your postcards. Just one quick thing. Just before this call, I had a guy kind of off topic, but he got his oxygen and his 50 postcards from the company. He said, I only had 20 stamps, so I just mailed 20 of my postcards. He already got a paid sign-up. Talked to the woman. She said, man, this is awesome. She called the call center. He called me, and he said, Shelly, this is crazy. I only mailed 20 of them. 20. I didn't even have enough to postage. He got a sign-up on 20 postcards. Guys, it's all about consistency, getting it out there. I'm telling you, I've never seen nothing like it.
Awesome. One of the other things that we're going to be doing too, Shelly, that goes in conjunction with the retail to recruit or retail to sponsor model is while the postcards, obviously, it's a very simple and effective and cost-effective way for that matter to build your business offline for those folks who either won't have the time or want to do additional things to help build their business. And this will be within the next week or so as well. We're also going to be launching a new direct mail program with health and wellness subscribers, where folks will actually be able to, in fact, once again, take that same image. We'll have all the ad and everything produced, and then we're going at the bottom of it. The top part of the ad will be the photo with the hand holding the O2 drops, and then all of the ailments on the right side. But the bottom part of the email will be the other side of the postcard. Of course, we're going to make it look like one continuous page, but you will be able to mail health and wellness subscribers, okay, and actually build your business that way too. Once again, looking for customers with the $12.95 1-week special, of course, with the money back guarantee. So that's something else that we've got coming as well. So, anything else, Shelly?
No, super exciting. I was just thinking, if we can create this health survey, and I just, again, before dialing in, got a call from Health News. Rod left me a message and said, hey, Shelly, call me. I've got great news about the oxygen. So if you guys are not using the oxygen newspapers, using those brochures, imagine having little get-togethers in your community, bringing people over to your home, giving them a health survey, giving them an oxygen newspaper and a brochure, and you're looking at asking them to spend $12.95 to try a week's supply. Imagine how you can build an organization, a customer base, just letting people know we are trying to make a difference. So there are so many things, Keith, that we've got in the works here. I couldn't be more happy.
Awesome. Well, once again, ma'am, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to spend with us this evening. Anita, I promise you that we try to limit it to a half an hour. We went a few minutes over, but we're going to wrap it up now, ma'am. And with that, I know you have some more information you want to share, so we're going to turn the call over to you.
Well, thank you so much, Keith, and thank you, Shelly, and thank all of you for being on the call tonight. As you can see, we are just a little over 4 months into this business, and we can see where we are now. Just imagine where we will be on January 1st, 2017. And I'm just going to hitchhike on top of what you were talking about, the question you asked about with putting the drops in the eyes. I have extremely dry eyes. My ophthalmologist says I'm one of his top 5 worst dry eye patients. And the ophthalmologist is a leading one right down there in Irving at your back door, Keith, Dr. Tylock. And so I've been using the O2 drops directly in my eyes before my feet even hit the floor in the morning time. I maybe only have to use them a couple of times during the day, and I'll use them just as I go to bed at night. And they just make my eyes feel fabulous. And my ophthalmologist had wanted me to use the Restasis, and of course it's extremely expensive. It made my eyes feel really horrible, and I did not like using it at all. And so the O2 drops have really come to the rescue for me, which sitting in front of the computer all day long, really your eyes do get tired, and the O2 drops really do feel great. But I'm going to switch over just right here. I am so excited about this particular testimony. I've written this up about I have a brand new distributor. Well, he's not brand new. He's been with me for a couple of months now. And I've written this out so that it can, I'm going to put this on Facebook here in a few minutes, but it's got this distributor who's been visiting a wellness center for the last couple of months. He took some of these supplements with him that he was currently taking from other companies, along with the O2 drops, to this wellness center for testing. An individual trained in muscle testing and kinesiology tested some of his supplements, testing each bottle individually, and found that most of the things that he had been taking tested very poorly or negatively, except for a couple of bottles, our O2 drops, 1 or 2 other products, and some good toothpaste. My distributor has now been taking the O2 drops for a couple of months with great results. Interestingly, he did leave 3 brand new bottles of the O2 drops with the Wellness Center for testing on his last visit with them. Over the course of time, the Wellness Clinic has tested those bottles on other patients who tested positive for needing the O2 drops. Then last week, the Wellness Clinic called us and they purchased 12 bottles of the O2 drops to keep available for their clients who need oxygen. Like, don't all of us need oxygen? Needless to say, we're very excited to see a wellness clinic find such favorable results with their clients who are now using the O2 drops. So I wanted to share that with you in closing, because that to me is just, that kind of says it all right there with all of the testing that they did. So I want to thank all of you for being on the call tonight. We are going to have another call, same time, same station next Wednesday night, so invite someone to come with you. And next Wednesday night, we are going to talk about the compensation plan. And I know that it's simple, 5 easy steps, but still there are a few little questions as time goes by that people really need to have clarified. So we're going to do that next week. So thank you all. Thanks, Keith. Thanks, Shelly, for all of you being on the call. So have a great week. Just go out and enjoy this oxygen.
Thank you, Nita. Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.